So, as an INTJ, obsessed with productivity, being efficient, having routines, self-discipline, I got to a point in my life where it's like all my INTJ superpowers were not working anymore. And I just could not understand what the was wrong with me. It's like I was stuck in a pit of procrastination and I couldn't do any of the million things that I wanted to do, like not even fun stuff. At some point I thought that maybe there is something physically wrong with me or like depression. And this is what I want to share with you, how I was able to overcome this tragedy, all the steps that I took in order to be able to live life again on my insights. And no, this video is not about productivity tips and tricks or motivation on how to be more disciplined, but it's about an anti-hustle culture approach and mindset on how to heal procrastination for good. Okay, so now let's talk about the pain that I had to endure. So this whole period took me about a year of pain and procrastination until I was able to get back on track. And even though I knew from the beginning that I wanted to restart YouTube, I just couldn't get myself started. I also moved to this apartment by myself, so I had a period of cleaning up, arranging my apartment, which was also tiring. But basically I had to recreate a whole new set of systems, routines, so I was very busy with this. And after that, logically, I should have been able to just start creating again, but then it hit me. It's like all my willpower was paralyzed. So all I could do was just binge watch a ton of YouTube videos because I had no more social media. I was still doing my skincare routine, doing online shopping, of course, some basic house chores, but that's kind of it. I was basically living a dog life. Maybe I was depressed. Anyway, and from time to time I was doing some creative stuff, but I don't know, it's like everything was feeling overwhelming, like even cooking was overwhelming. And sometimes I was doing takeaway, like I don't think I've ever been this lazy in my whole life. And even though I was having and being able to afford almost everything that I wanted, I was also feeling bad because I could not even be grateful for them and enjoy all the opportunities that I had because I was feeling constantly exhausted. And after a few months of distractions, I was like, okay, it's time to face this pain, stop running away from it, stop bulldozing it with self-discipline strategies because it was definitely not working. Like I could not even follow a to-do list properly. And in the meantime, I also started going to the gym like 3 times per week. So that was the only productive thing in my life. So I took an unproductive approach to productivity and just let myself on purpose not do anything anymore, but just let myself feel this entire pain and numbness in my whole body and mind and just try to decipher all these emotions and what I was actually thinking. So I basically gave myself 2 weeks of holiday in order to get to the bottom of this, in which I was not doing anything else but just laying in bed like a sick person, because I've realized that this is how I was, sick. But I just could not see it all the time due to masking it with all the other distractions. So now I want to share with you what were my realizations from this whole experience. A lot of the times, the first instinct is to try to apply these productivity techniques and systems and goal settings and all of this in order to get you out of this state of not doing anything. But sometimes they are not working because the issue is not being unproductive. Because you can have a project, something going on, and even though you are working on it, like you can still improve with being more efficient. But all these systems are good for optimizing something that you are already working on. But if you don't have anything else going on, then you are just stuck in this endless loop of procrastination and being uninspired to do anything else. So the issue is not productivity, but rather something else that I had to discover on the inside. Because it can be multiple things, and I had to discover what I was actually missing in my life. So one big thing that I realized is that I was not living in my purpose. I was lost as And for me, it is very important to have a goal, a direction in life to which to work towards. And I was basically feeling empty inside because I was stuck and not growing. And even though I knew I wanted to do YouTube, I was also still studying law of assumption at that time. And then I realized I can actually create anything I want. But okay, what to be then? Because me, as a multi-potentialist, I can do so many things, and I wanted for so long to just do only one thing and just go all in. But it's so difficult to decide on what, and something that I would not get bored of afterwards. So while I was going through it, I've realized that being busy, hustling, having many goals, we are actually running towards a happiness that it is in the future. Because in the present moment, we are struggling to make this dream come true. And then I was like, but why not try to do things that we just enjoy doing in the present moment just because we like them, and being completely detached from the outcome. Yes, they can lead to a better future because they are an investment for us, but also being able to enjoy them in the moment and be okay if you will not see an ROI out of them. So everyone in the productivity space talks about delayed gratification and its benefits, but what about choosing to achieve your goals with instant gratification, but not with distractions, but with activities that are aligned with your goal? Like doing tasks that inspire you the most in that moment. Like if you can choose and there isn't any deadline, why not organize your life doing the tasks based on inspiration, where you feel more productive and inspired with lots of energy and ideas, than doing tasks in a specific order because that is logically most efficient, but in reality you might even spend double the time because you were not as inspired as with the rest. So then I was like, okay, what are the things that I still enjoy doing now that I'm lost and unproductive? What are the things with the least resistance that I can do when I cannot do anything else anymore? So then I realized that being lost was actually a blessing, because now I can find myself and the things that I always go to. And one thing that I love, and I realized that got stuck with me for years, is fashion. But I realized that I don't want to start a fashion brand now, maybe later. And then the other thing which I've been ignoring this whole time, I realized that for years there has not been a day to not be obsessed with self-improvement, mindset and manifestation. And then I was like, oh my god, then this is it. I found my thing. After years of doing this every day, I realized that I'm still obsessed with it. I still have a lot of things that I want to learn and discover. I find the human mind completely fascinating. So then I was like, okay, great. Then I found my one thing. Now I can start my YouTube channel because I have a lot of things to talk about. And who knows, maybe later I will also do the fashion brand. We will see. I think not living in our purpose or not having a sense of purpose, it's a huge cause of procrastination, because you are not inspired to do anything because you don't even know what to do. So if you are in a situation like this, then your priority is to get inspired by something. And no, it doesn't have to be a business master plan from the beginning, but just start with something small that you enjoy doing in the present moment. And from there, you can grow and get more inspired to do even bigger things. And another thing that I realized was keeping me stuck was my emotional state, because I did not even process that I was going through a breakup and there were many changes in my life suddenly happening that were quite overwhelming. So then I had to slow down and actually process them. Plus, Dammit Maslow, you were right that love comes before self-actualization. And it doesn't necessarily mean being in a relationship, but just being in a stable emotional state is also important in order to be productive. And I did not even realize that I needed to get myself myself okay with the fact that I'm choosing to be single, and that I need to give more love to myself and stop feeling needy, because I did not want to be with anyone anyway, because I could barely have time for myself. Like, it was just not the right time, so then what's the point? Other realization that I had is that before this breakdown, I was hearing a lot the word pivot. Like, in almost every YouTube video, it was quite strange, but I took it as a synchronicity that I need to actually pivot my life, and it is okay to just take a break and slow down in order to pivot in the right direction for you. Sometimes if you cannot run anymore, then it means that it's time to slow down and just walk a bit more, then jog again until you can sprint again. Like, it's okay if you are not always running and doing a million things all the time. For me, it's very strange to just waste time and not do anything, but it's actually normal to take breaks so that you can gain more clarity. And this is the thing that I've realized, that we, as the creators of our own reality, we can choose to do anything that we want. But in order to make this decision, we need to connect with our heart and our desires and see what we actually want. And once decided, then it's done, and all you have to do is just follow our inspiration towards it, and then you won't have to worry about productivity ever again. Okay, so now I want to share how I was actually able to regain my energy. And of course, even though now I knew what I wanted to do with my life, I still needed to build new systems, habits, and actually start moving again. Like, I still have to slowly rebuild my energy and self-discipline muscle. So first, most important thing was to get inspired, to get clear on the vision that I want, so I can get excited about it and know with what to start. So I made a Pinterest board with my vision and my dreams, so I can get inspired every day. But it was not proper goal setting because I did not have any energy for that, but at least to have the vision. So because I was tired all the time, like, I could not ignore it, I just had to accept it, like having a disease, like when you are sick, but you still need to take things slow instead of laying in bed every day and prolong the disease. So because I could not do many things, I had to prioritize the ones that I felt more inspired to do in that moment, in the direction to my goal, and eliminate as much as possible all the annoying house chores and distractions that were keeping me procrastinating. So I started to work on optimizing what I eat, basically accept that food is just fuel and completely give up on cooking fancy meals. So now I'm just eating the same things every day, healthy but simple. I also cleaned up my subscribers list and minimized the content that I was watching. I also did not go to rave parties anymore. I just left a few per year that were actually worth it. This one was really heartbreaking because as a creative person, I have always a million ideas in my mind and creative artistic projects to do. Like in my hobby room, I have a full closet full of art and crafts tools and supplies. And oh my god, like, I had to sit down on this one and make a proper agreement with myself that I don't have time to create all the amazing things that I want. So I basically had to give up on them so that instead I can put my focus on YouTube and developing myself. And it's still heartbreaking, but I'm trying to not think of it too much. And instead, I'm focusing on the concept that I'm still creating some sort of art here as well on YouTube, and that my energy is much better spent this way. And this one was very easy to give up on, like some annoying house chores that I wanted to do, but they were not mandatory, so I had to give up on my OCD and decided that I will do them later when they will become a priority. And of course, when I started to do all these things, because I was tired, first I needed to fill up my energy so I can do them. So I took a complete opposite self-discipline approach. Like first do the things that I enjoy and then do the hard things, but with more energy. Like for example, Saturdays were fun and then Sundays were busy, plus also adding the feeling of urgency because I had to finish everything before Monday, and also feeling bad that I spent a day without doing anything also helped. And another mindset shift that I had was realizing that I don't have to run anywhere to prove anything to anyone. Like I can really take things at my own pace and enjoy the present moment, because if you truly believe that you can achieve the things that you want and that are for you, then where is the rush? And some fun things that I enjoyed doing was reading a book, doing my skincare routine, buying something online that I wanted, going out for lunch. Like they were not in the direction towards my goal, but I was doing them more intentionally this time to gain energy. And then once I started to feel better, I could focus more also on my OCD and do also other house chores and micro habits, like for example taking my supplements properly, cleaning the mirrors, steam cleaning my bathroom. Like I was thinking, okay, if my future partner would come over and will see this, will I be ashamed of it? And if the answer was yes, then it's like, okay, it's unacceptable. We need to deal with this now. So this is my love and hate relationship with my apartment, because it is big. I have plenty of space, but it takes a lot of time to clean for just one person. So now I want to talk about the actual getting back to life. For me, this is how I feel the most like myself, when I am very passionate and obsessively working towards something, and I really miss this. And then I also started to work on my self-concept regarding productivity and self-discipline. Yeah, I had some affirmations that I was meditating on and also sleeping with them at night. And one of them, my favorite, and which I think has also worked the most, is this one. I am passionately obsessed over my work, creative ideas, and mission that I am successful at. I know it's very cheesy, but it worked to get myself obsessed again with what I was doing. And I swear I had such an incoming flow of energy that now I'm able to do YouTube every weekend on top of a 9 to 5. If I would have realized the power of this, I would have done it way sooner. But before I was working on other things in my self-concept, and I did not realize that I can also add affirmations regarding productivity. Anyway, so now I am in a place where I can work consistently. I am very passionate and focused on my goals and still tired, but now I'm having problems on the other side of the spectrum where I still need to keep up with my house chores and other annoying things that I need to do. But at least I could heal my procrastination and actually start doing something with my life and for myself. And it feels good. I don't feel like I'm living a distractions-based lifestyle anymore. Like I'm living more intentionally with each day and with more meaning. And now like I don't even want to do other things anymore. Like it's amazing. I hope that this video has really helped you with the right inspiration to get back on track. And if I would start again now, I would actually start directly with beliefs work. Like first understand what I was actually missing and keeping me stuck, and then continue with beliefs on productivity and self-discipline. I am Annalise, and thank you so much for watching and stay till the end. And I'm sure that you will love this next video as well. Love you. Bye.